Hi YouTube, it's Lindy doing a long overdue update video. I'm going to start with a body shot and then I'll do some talking. Bye. Going a long way back. I think you can see me now. That's my body. I don't know how much of it you saw, but just twirl around. Okay, so I think I am at week, I'm going to say 15. Could be wrong, could be 14. I think last week, no, the week before was my 3-month surgeversary. But I think it's week 15, 14 and a half. Anyway, it's been a while. I don't think I've made a video for about 3 weeks. I think mostly because I've been quite busy for a semi-unemployed person. I'm the busiest unemployed person ever. A lot of that's been having coffees with people and catching up with people, I think, because I'm feeling much more social these days and much more happier. Okay, where can I start? Well, numbers, I guess. So I had, at the start, I started my pre-op diet at 140.8 kilograms, which is around 308 pounds. And on my surgery date, I had lost 6 kilograms. I can't remember what I was on my surgery date, but anyway, since the beginning, so started at 140.8, had my surgery on the 2nd of May 2013, and today I weighed 115.8, which is a total loss of 25 kilograms. And that was a big goal for me, so yay me, but I actually reached that goal about a week and a half ago, and I celebrated by... I woke up one morning, it was a Friday morning, I'll tell you a story. I woke up one morning, it was a Friday morning, and I don't know, I woke up at like 5:30 or something ridiculous, and I'd been expecting a tax return because I haven't been working that much the past, well, yeah, at least a few months, kind of like really hanging out for some money. Anyway, I was getting a good tax return, so I was waiting for it to go into my bank account, and I was also I'd been losing weight for a couple of weeks, but I was just waiting to get that 25 kilogram lost mark. And so I woke up this Friday morning and I looked at my bank account, and the money had gone in. I was like, yay! Then I got up, went to the toilet, went and did my usual, took all my clothes off, weighed myself, which I do every morning, and I'd got down to 115.8, and so I was so excited, as you can imagine, which was an exact loss of 25 kilograms. So I hadn't actually really done anything to treat myself for my weight, for doing so well so far. I hadn't really been able to afford to or anything, so what I did, and I think in my last video I did say that I'd got down to a size 18, which is a US 14. And so basically, I had bought a couple of clothes. My mum had lent me some money to buy a couple of things. But yeah, so I just went, okay, what am I going to do to celebrate? And so I started looking. I went, okay, Elvis and I will go to Melbourne for the weekend and just do stuff, go and see things, just have a little mini holiday in the city. And so I started looking at hotels, and all the good deals on What If were were gone for the Saturday night, really. So I went, oh, well, Alice can have the day off school and we'll just go, well, he can wag school and we'll go on Friday. So I found a hotel in St Kilda, which is where we used to live. And it's on the beach, close to the city. And I wanted to go to a bar there called Barney Allen's, which in another incarnation further up the road was a bar restaurant that had been there for a long time called Tolano, really, really well known. And I worked there for a long time, and it was just a really great time of my life. I loved it. And I'm still friendly with the people that own it. So it's called Barney Allen's now, after Barney, who is one of the owners and one of the guys that I used to work with. And so I booked the hotel, and it turned out I didn't realise it was directly across the road from Barney Allen's. And so that was good. So Elvis and I just woke him up and said, yeah, have you even got anything on at school today? But we're wagging and we're going down to Melbourne. So we jumped up and just threw some clothes in a bag and caught the 8:06 train down to the city, and that was great. So we caught the train down. That takes about an hour and a half. Caught a tram out to St Kilda, went to our hotel, had some brekkie, and then went back into the city and walked around a fair bit, and then we went to Federation Square, to ACME, which is the Australian Centre for the Moving Image, and saw an exhibition there of costumes from Hollywood, so all these famous costumes from Hollywood movies. For example, the beautiful black dress that Audrey Hepburn wore in Breakfast at Tiffany's with the pearls around there, and Dorothy's dress from The Wizard of Oz. Lots of those famous costumes. Anyway, so that was kind of interesting. Then we walked around, then we went to the National Gallery, I walked around there, and then we ended up catching the tram back to St Kilda, going to Barney Allen's for lunch, blah, 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 blah. Don't really have to tell you the whole itinerary, but basically for that day, for the Friday, I pretty much just went, I'm just going to eat whatever I want, even though I am absolutely limited with the amount of food that I can eat, and I was still a sensible, I didn't go crazy, but yeah, we were walking around Myer, which is a big department store in Australia, and the one in the centre of Melbourne is the main one. And so we're walking around there, and we found there's they kind of become a chain now, but they used to be, anyway, Brunetti's. It's sort of like Italian pastries and coffee and gelato and stuff like that, but really beautifully set out and really amazing little cakes and things. And they had these tiny little versions of most of their cakes, and so I just went, okay, well, I'll just get a tiny little lemon tart. It was tiny, like a little petit four type thing, tiny, and I went, this is good, this is moderate, I can just have a tiny little lemon tart. So I did that, and it wasn't even that nice, to be honest, and I didn't even eat it all. I always ate most of it. I have found since my last fill that I'm quite tight. My band is quite tight, and I really, really have to be careful. And I've went through a period where I was getting stuck. There was a couple of days where I was getting stuck all the time, and I had to go and throw up. And I always thought that's not going to happen to me, but seriously it does. And I don't think I've got to go to the doctor, the surgeon's rooms this week, but I don't think I'll be getting another fill. I think it would push me into the red zone. So that weekend, I did that. I had some more cake later on. I had a few wines. So definitely, much more calories than usual, but I did also do a lot of walking. And then that was leading up to a period week, which I've just had. So that whole week was I just wanted to eat like crazy. And although eating like crazy now is nothing like eating like crazy before the band, I still feel like I ate like crazy, like I've just been eating constantly. I mean, it's not even constant. I'm probably just beating myself up way too much, because it's just life. Life is like that. You do put on weight. Well, I do anyway. I definitely hold a lot of fluid when I'm getting my period. And I definitely want to eat stuff. So I kind of have been eating a lot of cheese. What else have I been eating? I guess cheese, had a bit of salami. I've still been careful. Like, I haven't gone crazy. I've been really sensible, and I haven't actually put on any weight. I weighed myself today, and I feel like kind of most of the period fluidiness has gone, and I'm back to 115.8. So in like the last week and a half, I haven't actually lost any, but I haven't gained any either. So that's all right. That's life. I was like really stressing about not losing consistently every day, but it seems to me with me that I have a couple of weeks where I'll like lose pretty consistently, and then I have a couple of weeks where I don't lose, and then I have a couple of weeks when I lose, and a couple when I don't. That's what it seems like to me. And I'm not exercising like crazy or anything. Like, I'm exercising, but I'm not going to the gym. I don't want to do that. I can't afford to do that anyway. So I've been going for walks. I went for a swim. I'm just more active, and I'm just naturally more active because I feel better and I'm skinnier. Also, I hadn't worked for a few weeks, and when I went to this job, the one that I do 3 days a month, everyone, all the girls there, just all of a sudden were noticed that I'd lost weight, and I don't